Oh, guys, good, you hear? I am so excited. Guess what? I hope this isn't about your podcast again. Why, did you finally listen to it?
Before we start this podcast, let me invite you to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, YouTube, or any podcaster. I'm such a cute. Alright, everybody, quiet on the set. The Groom Next Door, take one. To the audience. In 3, 2, 1. Action! And he is your host, my mommy and daddy, Chris and Stella Green.
Hello, Pups and Kittens, and welcome to episode 117 of the only podcast deemed inappropriate by Facebook, the Groomer Next Door. I'm your co-host, Chris Green. Sitting next to me is also deemed inappropriate podcaster, Sarah.
Hello.
And of course, we have the littlest of inappropriates, Claire.
Hello.
Well, I'll get into that comment that I'm about the inappropriate
I think they got
content.
this.
Well, I'll get into it because there are people who are continuously asking what the F is going on. I will tell you in a minute. It is funny, ridiculous, and, well, I noticed that a lot of you are absolutely outraged by it, and I've been talking to a lot of you guys over the last couple weeks, and it's been absolutely a ray of sunshine to actually hear what you guys think of the podcast, think of us, and think of what's going on. So, I will go into it on our weekly roundup, but how you doing this week?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Tired.
Very tired?
Very tired.
The studio audience is extremely loud today, which is great.
It's the first real beautiful day in about a week or two. So everybody's out. Obviously, we're out. We're still talking about it.
Well, we always are happy to record in front of a live studio audience as this. And it's always fun for you guys at home, or wherever you're at, to actually listen to the podcast and hear all this. So, with that said, let's dive into the weekly roundup.
The weekly roundup, yeehaw.
Alright, this week on our weekly roundup, as I said, I'm going to actually topic on what's been going on Facebook and us, posting the links to the podcast on social media. But you also have something you wanted to discuss, so I'm going to start off with you. Go for it, Sarah.
Well, you make what you want to talk about so cool, and I'm just wanting to talk about my work.
Well, I mean, it's not really cool what I want to talk about, but I've been asked so many people that I have been asking me what's going on, so I thought, well, it's a good time to address it and really explain what the blank is happening. But that's not, we are average people with a real life job.
Friday was an awesome day to me.
Really?
We were overwhelmed and swamped, and I had a bit of a chuckle. Here we are, we're facing a 13-week-old Airedale cut. People think, oh, it's a puppy. It's not a big deal. No, it's a full-on groom, a breed cut, on a puppy that's never been groomed before, that won't sit still and keeps chewing on my clipper cord.
You mean my clipper cord?
Your clipper cord, because my clipper needs a new cord. Anywho.
But now mine will need a new cord.
No. Oh, no. I mean, he didn't get through the cord, but, close to it. But Airedale puppy, we had a flat-coated retriever shaved down. We've had a wire fox terrier, a Welsh terrier breed cut. And we had a Dalmatian come in, a Basset Hound come in. I'm getting
the Dalmatian wasn't on Friday.
Yeah, Dalmatian was Friday.
Was it? Oh, you're right. Oh my goodness. Wow, I was 6 feet under.
We have so much going on Friday, but some gentleman came into the shop, and Laura came to me and she said, "Sarah, I'm sorry. I am so sorry, but can you talk to this person?" I'm like, "How can I help him?" He's lugging around this huge Lhasa in his arms. And he goes, "I need a bath for my dog." I'm like, "Do you have an appointment?" "No." So I was just in the area.
This is no supercuts.
We can't, we don't do things that way. There has to be an appointment. I said, our next appointment isn't until the end of the month. But here's our card, give us a call. he goes, there's just no way. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. We're probably the busiest shop in all of Rolla.
And surrounding areas.
And surrounding areas, because we got people coming as far as Salem, Licking, oh my gosh.
Which could be anywhere from 20 to 30 miles in any direction.
Right, and I have some that even come further once every couple months. But, I kind of chuckled, and I tried to keep a straight face. I really did. I tried to keep a straight face and say how sorry I was, but inwardly I was laughing. I'm like, oh, I should make Chris mad and bring him in just to do it.
Yeah, but then you would give the guy false hope, and that wouldn't work out so well. Now, we did. I did. I took in an extra one yesterday.
Yes, you did.
I know the person really well, and it was one of those, I'll find a way. I'll find a way. So I did take one in, but there's a problem.
You also took that one in before the walk-in came in.
And your walk-in, though, there's a little bit more to the story on the walk-in that you left out. It had extreme matting.
Yeah, it had a bunch of matting all around the neck and the belly and the sanitary area. And when people come in, they want just a bath. Typically means bath, brush, ears, nails, and that's it.
But
and of course brushing. But when it's this amount of matting, it becomes a haircut because you have to use a special, special way to get the mats out. And no dog is going to leave my salon without a full mat check.
And there's also another part. You're not going to get a dog fully clean with all those mats. That's your big thing. And then you got another problem to this. The owner is going to pick up the dog, and they're going to expect the dog actually looks like a dog should look when it walks out of the salon, any salon, where all the mats miraculously would disappear. And the dog.
You didn't brush my dog?
Right. It would be like, well, no. Or they would come back and say, well, I asked for a groom.
Or it'll be, hey, go to this place. They'll leave the mats on. They'll keep them clean, get them clean, but they'll leave the mats on. Go to this place. No, I'm sorry. That's not us. That's not how we do it.
It's just unethical.
Right. But that was kind of funny. And so after that happened, I jumped onto all of our dogs, so we had to groom. We had 2 dogs ready for show.
Yeah, they're in a dog show right now.
Yes, they are. We have the Basset Hound and the Dalmatian.
Which, I'm not going to brag here, but every time a dog comes in to the salon that actually has a show the next day, they typically go home with something.
Points.
Points and ribbons. Yeah.
There's something they do. So hopefully, good luck, Bam and Phoebe. Hopefully everything turns out the way you want it.
And for a Dalmatian, she was absolutely a doll. I mean, I'm not used to
gorgeous.
I'm not used to Dalmatians being that sweet. Typically, they're a little more standoffish, a little bit more aggro.
Aggro.
She was absolutely a doll.
Right.
So that was nice.
And then Bam's got his work cut out for him because I guess there was like 16 Basset Hounds showing.
Oh yeah.
So hope for the best.
Yeah, but Bam, I love Bam. I love Bam when he's around his mom. Bam actually is so funny. He's so shy, hides behind her, and then once his mom leaves, he opens up just like any child would. They go to daycare, they're quiet, they're reserved, and then all of a sudden they open up like a flower. It's awesome.
I think that's a lot of the reasons why they have the pet owner or the dog owner and then the handler.
Right.
They're 2 different people because of that said situation.
Very good point. Yeah.
But that was pretty much it on my end.
You actually had a call as well this week. Early in the week, where a lady called and said, I forget what breed it was, I need to get my dog groomed, and you...
Oh my gosh. Oh, what was it? Craig would remember the name. She calls me.
No, it wasn't
No,
it
was
wasn't a Shih Tzu.
A Bruchon.
There it
was. Bruchant. That's
Bruchant.
it. A Bruchant. And I'm like, a what?
A Bashan and what?
A Bruchant.
What would you put with that?
It's 13 pounds. It's kind of got poodle hair. I'm like, is it mixed with something? I mean, is it like those Chiweenies or Puggles and
a Cusky, Akita and a Husky.
Oh gosh. And what is it? They put a Keteranian or something like that.
Yeah,
there's the Akita and the Pomeranian.
Oh god.
Oh, it's horrible.
Do not mix Akitas, please.
Anywho, she doesn't know it's purebred.
Somebody lied to you, sweetheart.
Okay, there's dogs out there that I've never groomed before, obviously. I've never met a Commodore before, but I know they exist.
Okay, they have a ship and a fleet of ships, right? Because I saw Pirates of the Caribbean.
No. So, she has not purebred. Okay, how do you spell it?
I don't know.
Well, she came in and she rattled off some stuff, and I was like, are you sure it's not a Bichon? And she's like, no, it's a Bichon. Okay, whatever. But she didn't want to go to the one groomer here in town because the dog is scared to go in. And I said, okay,
That's
no problem.
That's a good sign of neglect.
We can help you out. We deal with a lot of problem
dogs. Well, dogs that we have
dogs.
to
It's
rehab dogs.
Yes, thank you. Rehabilitation dogs. We rehab them. And I said, because of that, we are booked out. And because of that, we are one of the most popular dogs. And she was like, okay, well, when's your next one? I said, end of the month. And she goes, oh, I can't wait that long. I was thinking just a couple days.
It's funny how that becomes a thing. And now that the weather changes, you're going to find a lot more of that, where people are going to realize, hey, I'm going to be able to leave the house. I need to get my dog groomed because we were at home all winter long. Even though it was a very tame winter, people still didn't want to go to the grooming salon as much. Even though I didn't see a difference at all in ours, but I'm pretty sure a lot of salons out there
But for
did.
somebody who thinks that they can get in a couple days after I just got done saying, mind you, we are a very busy salon. Oh, very busy means you're 2 days booked out. You don't know where your next meal's coming from in 3 days. I don't think so. That's not us.
No.
But that was all.
And so I expect that's going to be the new norm. Well, again, as I said at the open of the show, I was going to talk to you guys briefly about what's going on Facebook and what we're dealing with on a weekly now basis. For the last, I want to say 4 weeks, as everybody has heard, one of the ways to actually publish a podcast and get a podcast off the ground is you have to rely on social media. Social media has been the gift of all podcasts around, whether it's the number one podcast or the worst podcast out there. We all have to use social media. That's the way we reach out to everybody. So what happens is we post our new episodes up there, the links, which you guys all see. I post on iTunes. If you have an iPhone, iPad, you want to put it on any kind of pod of some sort. And of course I have it on YouTube. And these are also available on any kind of podcatcher, it's just a regular app on your phone. We're very widely supported by apps. But, so I posted up there. I'm very fortunate. We have about 100 pages that we actually go to. We post it on there. Every time I post on there, I single-handedly am the one posting it, and I'm always answering any kind of comments. Anytime you guys share it, anything that goes on, I want to react to it, because I want you guys to know, just because we're on a lot of pages doesn't mean that we don't care about that page.
We're not just spamming them.
Yeah.
We're not spamming them.
Yeah, it's not about a spam. I want to actually talk to all of you. That's why we've opened up so many ways for you guys to communicate with us, is because we wanted to have a very open dialogue. The other thing that we made it very clear about this podcast is we were not going to be breed specific. Everything we talk about has to be compatible with all breeds that are out there.
Every once in a while we might get into a particular dog on that particular episode, but it's not the entire show's.
Yeah, you look back on
around only Akitas.
Yeah, you can look back on all of our podcasts, and very rare do we actually have a breed-specific episode. I don't even know if we've had even one. I know our video podcast, they do highlight one breed, and we really haven't been doing any of those lately. So, because we wanted to actually varietize, if that's even a word, our podcast for all of you. So, what happens is I've been posting it each week, and someone somewhere in the Facebook universe has reported the podcast to Facebook.
How many times?
I want to say we're now 4 times. So 4 out of 5 weeks. So it was 1 week where we slid by. I don't know who this person is. And, Facebook is a cowardly, wretched social media page that honestly needs to have a lawsuit against it. And I've already told them I would love to sue you guys, but of course you're so multi-faceted with your attorneys that nobody's going to be able to punctuate their systems. So what's going on is this one person is reporting the podcast, reporting the actual post that I'm putting up on whatever page that's out there. I don't know where it's at. I can't isolate it. So what's going on is that they're reporting it. Now, when you report a comment on Facebook, it asks what's the posting, what's the inappropriate version of what's the report about. They're clicking inappropriate content. Now, here's the problem here. In no way, shape, or form do we have anything that actually makes the podcast inappropriate.
Right.
There's no language, there's no content, there's nothing that actually can solidify us as inappropriate. If we were inappropriate, iTunes would shut us down.
Yep.
Because iTunes, it doesn't work this way anymore. iTunes used to listen to every podcast before allowing it to be published. Now, because there's so many podcasts out there, they can't do that. But if they were reported, they would end up looking into us. They would investigate us by listening to a podcast, and then they would hear it's all clean. So this person is lying to Facebook. Now, Facebook gives you an opportunity to appeal this problem. You can send an appeal right there. It shows up. You send the appeal. But of course, as we all know, Facebook doesn't give a rat's you-know-what about helping their users. They'll take the claim of this one person and use it as validation. So in all of it, it takes
Facebook months to get through this. I had a problem before. Somebody put a very inappropriate picture up that I reported. And I told him beforehand, I'm like, hey dude, you really need to take that down. That's not right. You got like little nieces and nephews are on your Facebook that sees this. This isn't right. Stop it. And Facebook isn't there for people to get off to. It's a social media. It's not. You want that kind of thing? Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it took. They deleted the photo right away, but it took them months to get back to me to let me know that that's what they did.
But that's a load of garbage, because I've been sending and sending. When somebody's reporting you, they just don't get back to it. So it's become a big thing. So that's why we are the official inappropriate content of Facebook now, because
deemed by one person.
Well, deemed by one person. So a lot of you guys I've talked to so many people, and all of you have been absolutely amazing to talk to. You've been very supportive of what we're doing. You like the podcast. I've yet to have one person say, hey, your podcast sucks. I've yet to have that, which has been awesome. And it reaffirms why we're doing it. Because sometimes, no joke guys, it's very hard to actually do a podcast. A lot goes into every episode. A great deal of work, time, effort. So when you guys come back and say, hey, we love what you're doing, it makes us actually want to do it. I mean, it's not like we're doing this for financial gain. We're paying to host this. We pay for our website. We pay for the actual podcast to go up. None of this stuff is free. So when we hear, hey, we love what you're doing, it makes it worth it. Then you get that bad apple out there. And
spoils the bunch.
It does. And what's great is that a lot of you have said we're looking into it. We're trying to find this person. And no kidding, when we find this person, I'll expose them. I will post it on our website. I will post it on Facebook. And we will make sure to put this person first foremost on notice. And, again, we're going to play off of it. We're going to enjoy this. Every time that we're getting reported, we're going to laugh about it, because you know what? They're a bully, and eventually bullies get caught. And that's what's going to happen. This person will get caught, and we're going to have a lot of fun once we catch them. And in the meantime, we're going to have fun with it for the most part. So that's what's going on in the whole case of it. I hope I summarized it well enough for all of you. Well, with that said, let's dive into GND News. Alright, this week on GND News, we have two great stories, and they both come from California, which I did not plan that to actually happen. One's from south part of Orange County, south part of California, and the other's northern part of California.
So you're saying Northern California and Southern California?
Bingo!
Okay.
Alright, So let's start off in Ontario, actually. Not Los Angeles, a little bit outside of Los Angeles, a little south of Los Angeles, Ontario, which is pretty close to Anaheim. It's not that far away from there.
Ontario?
Yeah.
Ontario's hella far from
Oh,
Anaheim.
come on. It's like a 30-minute drive.
Well, that's a long
That is
way.
true, that is true. 2 blocks is a lot of drive in Orange County. Alright, so, great story about a Marine's mom who, well, why am I even going to set this up?
I ask that every week.
I know. Claire, play that clip.
Man's best friend until the end and beyond. A war dog comes home as part of a local Marine's last wish. CBS 2 Inland Empire reporter Crystal Cruz shows us one family's emotional journey.
Sergeant Joshua Ashley and his military police dog, Sirius, were best buds.
He goes, Mom, I don't know. He wants to sleep in the bed with me. He goes, then he just keeps pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. So he takes over the whole bed and he says, I have to make him get off the bed.
The last time Tammy Ashley spoke to her son in Afghanistan before he was killed by an IED, Josh had a request.
I'm going to have you take him until I get to wherever I'm going or when I get out.
3.5 years later, Mom made good on that promise to her son. Sirius retired from the Marines and was given to Tammy, picked up at the Ontario airport.
It was the strangest thing. He came up to me and he was just smelling my face like he was going to lick it. And it was almost like, I recognized, you were Josh's mom.
Josh and Sirius were together when Josh was killed. Now the big German Shepherd looks up to Josh's little brother for commands.
It's like getting a little piece of my brother back home with us, so it's really nice having him around.
Josh's mom keeps a killed in action flag flying from her front yard. She doesn't want anyone to forget her son. Never regret anything, because at one time it was exactly what you wanted.
From the small handwritten note to the big dog taking over the house, reminders of 23-year-old Josh are everywhere, and that's just how his mom likes it. In Rancho Cucamonga, I'm Crystal Cruz, CBS 2 News.
Great story, sad story. I feel for the mother who, lost her son. Absolutely amazing to find out that the military actually honored the son's wishes by allowing his dog to actually, once it was retired, to go to his mother. That was an amazing outcome.
Not much to say on that.
It's all very self-explanatory.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our second story, which comes from Napa, California. I know we have one of our dear friends on the podcast is an Old English sheep dog lover extraordinaire. So this story is actually guided right for her. I'm going to just leave it at that. So Claire, play that clip.
There is a Napa mom who has her paws full right now.
And that's because she's given birth to what could be a record litter of sheepdogs. KPX5's Wilson Walker says these cute little guys are bred specifically for farming.
Yeah, we really were just expecting, 10 tops at the most. But once the 17th, was finally coming out, we realized that this was going to take a lot of work. Like, we were going to be doing this, we were going to be feeding morning, noon, and night.
It was just like, how many? No, wait, how many?
This is definitely the world record for most Maremma sheepdogs. And so a lot of our club members have been coming around and taking a lot of the shifts.
I absolutely love these guys. I got to feed them right at the very beginning when it was realized that there were so many of them that Mommy was going to have issues. So I got to bottle feed these little guys.
This is Dad and Mom. Yeah, she had 17 puppies and she's already back in the field. And they're all for livestock protection.
Now, I've been trying to get all your brothers and sisters together for a group shot, but you guys have not been very cooperative. All right. Now, as you heard, no need for a mass adoption up here. All of these dogs will ultimately be spoken for, and all of them will end up doing very specific farm work in the fields.
Some of these guys are already going to farms around California, and we're just waiting for to go through the rest of the interview process to put all 17 of them in different farms.
And that's the beauty of it. 17 puppies of a highly specific farming breed, all born on a California farm and all bound for a farm of their own. In Fairfield, Wilson Walker, KPI X5.
They're just too cute. Well, Costanza says it might not be only a record for the breed, it might be a record for all breeds, at least in California.
17. Can you imagine having 17 bodies come out of you?
No.
I mean, oh, that's crazy. But I wonder if that is, I didn't research if that is the record of all breeds like they said.
I don't think it'd be all breeds.
That was originally what the end of the report said, might be all breeds. Not confirmed or not, but wow, 17. And you know what's great about that is that it's not like, oh gosh, we need to find homes from. They're all going to have a good farm to live on. And if you've never been to Napa, California, let me tell you, it's farmland all over the place. You got vineyards, you've got regular farms, you've got everything. It is absolutely nice farmy area. Good for them, good for the dogs. I wish that I could be adopted out to Napa right now.
Okay, the largest litter of puppies is 24, all of whom were born on November 29th of 2004 to Tia, a Napoleon Mastiff.
Wow.
In the UK.
Wow. Well, there's the answer to that one. You know what, on that note, I think that ends G&D News for this week.
Alrighty, folks, put your paws together for Guess the Breed. Guess the Breed. With your host, Chris Green.
Hello, contestant, and welcome to the Guess the Breed stage. Hi.
Hello.
Well, this week on Guess the Breed, let me give you guys a little bit of a rundown. We've been kind of trying to tweak how we're going to do things, whether we're going to do a Guess the Breed and another show with it, another little guessing game show, or we're going to do one week, one the next week. Well, this decision has been made. We're going to kind of rotate. So 1 week we'll do this one, the next week we'll do another one. So with that said, let me tell you guys what Guess the Breed is all about. I'm going to tell you the actual person, whether it's an actor, whether it's a president, whether it's a prime minister, whatever, whoever this person is, whether they're living or dead, what their pretty much their career was like, a little bit of their backstory, and about their dog. This opportunity gives you an opportunity to find out all kinds of different attributes of different dog breeds out there. So with that said, this week's choice of actors was your personal heartthrob, and I would say best Hulk that I've ever seen in any Marvel production or even TV, Mr. Edward Norton.
What?
Edward Norton, if you don't know, he is an actor from Boston, Massachusetts. He was born August 18th, 1969. He is a filmmaker, an actor, and an activist. He started acting, I guess, in 96, is what I'm understanding. Films are American History X, Primal Fears, Birdman, Everyone Says I Love You, really well known for Fight Club, which we all know you don't talk about Fight Club. That's the first rule.
And Painted Veils, Down in the Valley, Painted Veils, I swear it was his best.
I think he was the best Hulk, and I will stand behind that.
Right.
Alright, so, with that said, his dog that he chose, he rescued this dog from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay?
Is it a mix?
It is a mix. But I'm pretty sure you can get this. Alright, are you ready?
Yep.
Country of origin there's two countries of origin.
Well, yeah, because it's a mix.
United States and United Kingdom. Now, right there should give you a very good indication. That's a good, right there. That should be enough, but okay. Its traits are weight for a male is 55 to 66 pounds. In a female would be 44 to 55 pounds. Height 18 to 19 inches for male. Female is 17 to 18 inches. The coat is smooth and single coat. Colors are any.
Yeah.
Okay. Litter size, which this is the new one. I've not had litter size in my notes. 5 to 10 pups. Lifespan is 8 to 15 years. Classification is not going to be told. Once I said it, I was like, whoa, you can lose it.
Terrier group, I take it.
Okay. What would you say?
Is that right?
It's a terrier. You got one half. What's the other half?
Well, you didn't tell me what the other half is.
Well, that's all the attributes. That's both attributes together.
Well, you got it. Okay, I was thinking about. I was listening to it as it's all one attribute. You didn't say
That's everything. That's everything.
So both breeds.
Yes.
are single coat.
Yes. Well, this breed, that's the attributes for this. I'm going to give you a clue on one thing. No, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to say anything else.
Well, one's an American Pit Bull Terrier.
Is that your answer?
Well, for one side.
Okay.
But the mix, see, you've only given one side. I don't know what other mix it would be being from the UK, other than some kind of mastiff. But mastiffs are big. They're not that little.
No. So I wanted to answer. You have an idea.
Okay, what's the other side's weight and stuff?
There is no other side. That is literally for this breed. For this breed, that's every bit of attributes for this particular breed.
My problem is it a mixed breed or is it a real breed? Is it purebred? Is what I'm asking. You told me it was mixed. It comes from two different sides, so you didn't tell me what the second side is.
I guess. I don't have anything more. That's what I got.
So is it a mixed breed or is it a purebred?
It would be a purebred.
American Pit Bull Terrier.
Swing!
Okay. Because you kept saying it was a mix.
I thought it was a mix, actually. When I looked at this, I thought it was a mix. Huh. And it would actually in here, because when you look at it, it would give me the idea that it was a mix. See? Yeah. It gives that. You see what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
See, you're seeing. See,
what you guys. It's just an American Pit Bull Terrier. It's not a Pit Bull boxer mix. It's not.
Well, on this it does. On this it does.
What does it say?
Well, yes, on this it does. But what I'm saying is, on the original ones that I read, I was like, well, I wonder if there's a mix in it. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's not. So I was right.
So you were right.
And I was right even when you were giving wrong information.
Yeah. Thank you for playing Guess the Breed.
And now a moment with Claire.
So we just got done with your very first time ever skating. You had a pair of rollerblades on. We went to the zone, and you were able to skate for the very first time. What was it like?
It was like that on the floor. It almost looks like it has ice, but it's not.
Because it's blue?
Yeah. Ice looks like blue, but it isn't like blue. It's not actually like ice. If it was ice, it will be sealed. It
would be wet. Yeah. So,
and I'll see like everyone will be slipping on the back.
They were slipping on their backs.
Well, some people are stupid and they don't. And sometimes they just want to fall because they're smart and they know how to skate, but they're stupid when they're falling every time.
That's not nice.
What?
That's not nice. But they were sliding all over the place, and it was a little dangerous. And of course, they were the older kids, so they thought that it was all fun. And, right? But what was it like to skate for the very first time?
It was like that. It almost looks like it has ice.
And yeah, we covered that. We covered the ice. What was it like for you to skate for the first time?
It was like that.
What did it feel like? What did it feel like to skate?
It
felt like
a little bit hard to do the skating, but I tried my best to do it.
You did a really good job.
Yeah, sometimes I walk when I'm sliding. Walk when I skate, and sometimes I go on the wall to skate some more.
Well, you did really well. I wonder where you get your athletic personality and abilities from.
Christopher.
What would that be, me? You're such a goober.
I can't point to you.
Oh, that's right. Cause
no hands.
Nobody could see
Same
us.
hands.
Well, anything else you want to tell me about your very first time skating?
What do you want to talk about?
That was it. I just want to know what your thoughts were.
What do you want to talk about?
That was it. I just want to know how you felt about skating for the first time.
No.
Nope, that's it. Well, say goodbye.
Bye. And this was A Moment with Claire. Ladies and gentlemen, put your paws together for our main topic.
All right. This week on our main story. Now, if you guys looked at our album art, it is a little crazy. Sarah thinks that I've kind of gone into a weird artsy...
I didn't say that. I
Yeah,
said that
you're going into a weird spot.
Weird.
It is weird. All my art is kind of weird, which is awesome.
It's not just that. It's just it looks weird. You have taken that so hard. You've been telling people, hey, everybody thinks it's weird.
I think it's great. I love the fact that you think that my art is getting weird. I love it.
I wouldn't call it art per se, other than cut and paste.
There's no pasting in what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's paste.
No,
you cut one spot, you put it on another, you make them seal together. It's called pasting.
There was no paste. I promise you, I ate all the paste.
Sure you did.
Alright, so why constrictive things are bad for your dog?
Okay.
Now hold on.
Where do I start?
We are not going to use the name of this product because we are not going to.
I want to so bad, and that's Miss Debbie calling me about the article that.
Well, unfortunately, we are live right now in front of everybody, and we cannot. So. Let's start off with, how did this story come about? Now, of course, we have multiple stories that are ready to go, and we actually keep pushing our stories. Right. I hope that's not showing up on here. So we have multiple stories that are lined up. I swear, this podcast it writes itself most of the time. So tell us how this started.
Okay. On Facebook, you have those sponsored ads. And because I got a lot of pet-friendly stuff on my Facebook, this one particular ad popped up. And it bothered me because I see the dangers of it. You know, anything could be dangerous, but this could be really dangerous. This article of dog clothing is... I want to say the name.
Nope. We will not give free advertisement to trash.
Okay, it's supposed to defend your house from shedding. Okay.
Wait, your house physically can shed?
From dogs shedding.
Okay, that makes sense.
Over everywhere of your house and your car. So it's a full-on bodysuit that you put on your dog. And for one, it looks absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this thing looks worse than... I'm not even going to say it. That'll be mean. But it's a full bodysuit that goes onto the dog. And it is supposed to capture all the hair that they're supposed to shed, right? So instead of the dog shedding naturally, it clings it to their skin and holds it there till they take it off, and then all the shed hair falls off. You know, I just went on there and I posted a simple comment. You can't tell me that this is healthy for the dog. Dogs need to shed naturally. And if you sell something that is put onto a dog, this bodysuit, it's going to damage the dog more than it's going to help. And I looked at that. I didn't rate their stuff. I didn't go blasting it everywhere. I made one post, and that was it. And I wasn't the only one either. There was other people on there saying, this is ridiculous. You're going to hurt the dog. Well, they come back, and I don't like smug. You can be smug all you want, but the problem is, I call out BS when I see it. And your smug BS is being called out. So they came back and said, well, thank you, Sarah, very much for your opinion, but it is completely inaccurate. And before you start giving false accusations, maybe you should actually read the comments and veterinarians, what they recommend, because they love this product, especially for XYZ. And I was like, okay, all right. And then it finishes off with, and have a great day. Alright. You can play at this game. You really want the claws can come out. And they'll come out right now.
Snicky snatchy. Wolverine style.
So, I told him, I said, well, my opinions aren't exactly opinions, but actual facts. A dog can overheat when the hair isn't removed properly, and they are stuck in that. I said most people, unfortunately, do not follow directions 100%. So even though you say to take it off and brush your dog out to prevent matting, they're not going to do it. Same thing with sweatshirts and sweaters that they put on their dogs. They don't brush them out. It happens. I see it all the time. Mats around the elbows, mats down underneath the belly, around the neck. It's because people aren't brushing their dogs. It happens. I said, and your veterinarians saying that this is healthy is like those veterinarians out there saying pedigree is healthy for your dogs. The same Beneful is healthy for your dogs.
But it has pretty pictures of corn and wheat.
And veggies all over the bag and chunks of meat. That's exactly what's in my foods. Chunks of meat. Anywho, for those veterinarians that say Beneful is good for your dog, there are several other veterinarians that say it's just fine. Well, I'm sorry. Because of those comments too, I do not trust your veterinarians. Just like I don't trust the ones that say that Beneful is good for your dog. I said, secondly, just to top everything off without going too far in detail, you might want to check your customer service because nobody likes smug people. And now, I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
And the reaction was?
They deleted my comment, they deleted the post, and they blocked me from on their Facebook page.
Wow.
I've never been blocked.
I have. Many times.
I've been blocked by asinine people, which is fine. Because as long as they block me, that means they can't see my stuff either. But an actual page that didn't want to hear what I had to say. And then I looked at their logo. Their logo is actually stolen from a I think college. It's a college logo.
Really?
Yeah, it's got the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge on it, and it's blue and yellow.
That's actually not college. That's the Golden State Warriors logo. It's an NBA basketball team.
Ah, okay. Well, I thought it was college. I thought it was a college basketball team.
Hey, no harm in that. I don't even know why I know.
That logo is all over their stuff, and it's just the words are taken. I'm like, yeah, you're doing this out of your basement, and okay, you know, you got a startup, that's fine.
I don't think that's a startup. I've actually seen a little bit more on him. I didn't see their logo, but they're financially.
The reason why I think this is just a startup because their photography sucks. Straight out, they are point and shoot cameras only.
Cameras or cell phones?
Yeah, just point and shoot. That's it. There's no filters added on top of it. No brightening. No borders of their phones or their pictures or anything. It's just flat pictures. And then they're using their own dogs. They're not using anybody else's dogs.
But the car that they took a picture was a nice car.
Yeah, and it's a nice home. It's a nice area. I wouldn't say it's real well to do. It's just nice. But if you're that pretentious and you don't want your animals shedding, don't get them.
How do you actually steal a logo, especially an NBA? I mean, of all things, that's ridiculous.
They're not big enough to get in trouble yet.
Oh, I don't think that it takes really that much to get in trouble with rights.
I'll show you the logo.
I am dying to see this.
But it's just a bunch of pretentious people. Well, I'm sorry. Even if I were well-to-do and had a big house and nice things I didn't want hair on, Either I get a dog that knows not to get on the couch, or I just suck it up because I love my animal and they're going to shed. Now to move into the why it is dangerous to put a bodysuit on your dog for any length of time. Dogs' hair, as they move, captures and releases oxygen. And the way that works is that the undercoat grabs the air, and then as they move, it releases. It grabs, it releases. That's why it's important you don't shave down a double-coated dog. Because once you do that, you take away all of their defenses. This helps keep the dog cool, and it helps keep the dog warm. And if you were to shave it off, you ruin it. Completely ruin it. Now, if you cover it up, the dog has only a couple places it can release its own heat. And that's through their panting, their nose, their paws, and that's it. Those are only. Can you imagine being so constricted that there is nothing but your face and your feet keeping you warm?
No.
Or keeping you cool?
I looked at it and I thought it looked like motion capture. It would look like a motion capture suit.
Yeah, it's a jumpsuit.
Yeah,
it's a body suit.
It's literally with the same material that they use for motion capture.
Yep. It's stretchy. It's elastic. I mean, in premise, it would work. But any real length of time of this being on a dog is not healthy, because you're stopping the dog from letting this hair fall out, and it's keeping it near the skin. They had a Saint Bernard in it. I'm like, that Saint Bernard is sitting there panting the entire time while they're taking pictures.
And I saw a shepherd. I saw a shepherd in one of the
golden retriever.
I
didn't see a German shepherd.
I went looking at all their photos. I went looking at their stuff, and I was like, wow.
And they said how thousands of dogs have tried this. I'm like, if there's thousands of dogs that have tried this, why don't you have thousands of pictures of thousands of different dogs that have tried this?
Yeah, show all breeds.
Yeah, don't lie to me.
I saw a Chihuahua, which looked ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's like, can you imagine putting that on Belle?
No, I wouldn't put it on Belle.
I mean, we put a sweater on Belle.
And you have to take it off, or else she's gonna get all nasty.
And she's gonna burn up.
Yeah. You can see it. Another thing that I look at, I go, this is something that people will have on all year. So during the summer, here's this dog in a motion capture suit wandering around, barely able to breathe when it doesn't have that jumpsuit on. But then it has a jumpsuit on and it's wandering around. It's almost like
most of the time when dogs shed twice a year. A lot of shed twice a year. Some shed all year. But during the summer and during the winter, they shed. Okay? During the summer, if they're shedding, that means they need to go see a groomer and they need the hair taken care of. They need you to take them out somewhere and brush them out. Putting this bodysuit on them is going to take all that hair and keep it there. So there is no way of oxygen getting in and cooling them off. No airflow. Because you cannot tell me that the stretchy bodysuit stuff is going to allow enough airflow. Okay, so that right there is moronic. Now, another thing that is unsafe and completely just baffling, where there's friction of a moving leg, there's moving hair, and that hair mats up.
Yeah.
So you cannot tell me by putting this thing on, it doesn't mat up. Because I saw a dog that had loose spots, because every dog shape's different. I saw pieces of a dog where it was the free moving. It wasn't suction cup to the dog. So that means all that hair underneath there is moving too. And guess what that means? There's friction, and that means there's tingles. And you have the audacity to tell me that they said there has never been a matting reported.
Yeah,
never.
That's because nobody understood that it came from this. I mean, I looked at the material. I looked at some of my Under Armour shirts that I have. The same type of material that Under Armour has is the same as what these motion capture things. Like there was one in blue, and oh my goodness, I just wanted to put it up to a blue wall that you would use for blue screen
It's
or
just have
green
a golden
screen.
retriever's
I
head
just had the
floating.
head and the legs moving around.
I thought that about the pit bull. The pit bull had a green one on.
Yeah, it's like the worst colors of all that you would use. You would use the
It
literally.
covered their wiener.
Yeah, how would you go the bath? How do they go the bath? Is there a zipper that's
No, then that's even worse because then it'll
I
get
know,
caught
right?
in
It'll
the
be
little
like
wiener here.
something about Mary moment for the poor dog. Oh my goodness.
It was.
I don't understand that either.
I don't get it.
I didn't get that. Yeah.
And then their smug return to it, and oh my gosh, I'm like, buddy, you're talking to somebody that has years of experience with dogs, over a decade of experience, and I have many more decades to continue with my experience. And here you come out with some product that looks absolutely horrendous.
It was stupid. It was so stupid. Not only was it a bad product and bad customer service to it. You know, you want to defend your product, defend your product. I mean, heck, we make zero on this, and if somebody has a complaint or a suggestion, I'm not going to defend my product. I'm going to actually say, okay, how do I make my product better? Whether it makes money or it doesn't, it's still something you're putting out there.
They just need to grab all of their dog bodysuits and set them on fire.
And you know what's funny is that the pictures that they showed of the dog in a car, it was a very high-end SUV with leather seats. It shows that if I have a nice car, I can't have hair in my car. It's a vacuum. You can vacuum out your car.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a nice car and you're taking your dog, make sure.
It all boils down to if you don't like it, if you can't handle the shedding, don't get another dog. Find a home that this dog is going to be loved and played with, and get rid of it.
Yeah, find a home that actually they want the
Yeah,
dog.
find a home with a kid that loves to play with the dog, that the owners or the parents don't care that there's hair everywhere. I tell people simply this: you walk into my house, my dogs live with me. My dogs live
We
here.
live
You
with the
do-
dog.
Yeah, we live with our dogs. You do not. So I suggest bring a lint roller. I have one on hand just in case.
Yeah.
I try to be polite, but this is their house too. They're on my furniture. They're in our beds. Don't like it? Take off. Don't wear black to my house.
Wait, is this why we have no friends?
Well, I mean, our dogs are worth more than...
I'm not going to have some pretentious person upset because there's a dog around. I just don't. No. Then again, luckily, all the people we know, they are all pet lovers, so we don't run across that problem. But yeah, it was ridiculous. And you know, all this stuff does still go down to the same factor as worry about when you put a sweater on your dog. Worry about when you have, you know, a jacket on your dog, sweatshirt on your dog. I mean, there's so many different products. I mean, look at the pup that comes in every Friday for just the day.
Oh yeah,
Rosalie, thank you. I mean, she has a large closet of doggy clothes, and I don't ever really see her matted up. Her mom takes care of her.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she always wears clothes when she leaves the house, she's one of the best dressed dogs I've ever seen.
That was just me.
Yeah, I got that. It's weird when your watch actually vibrates and it's an email or message. Like,
Well, somebody, one of the PCAL members is, board members is, or did write a article about us transporting a dog to Illinois, that Mama Dog and the puppies.
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
Right. She just finished the article and she sent it to us to proofread, and I sent it to you so you can look at it too.
Okay. And I'll post it on our Facebook page for all of you to read, of course. Well, by that sound, Claire has turned on the applause sign. So, with that said and done, I'm Chris Green. Have a pet-tastic week.
I'm Sarah Green, making sure everybody realizes life is so short. Play with your pet.
Claire.
I'm Clay Green. Play with the kittens and the puppies and have fun.
And we are still deemed the Inappropriate Podcast of Facebook. Bye-bye, everybody.
Okay, gotta go in my bedtime. All right, good show, everybody. That's a wrap.
Was without doubt the worst episode ever. Rest assured that I was on the internet within minutes, registering my disgust throughout the world.